So what's in it for me? It's a great question because the medicine wheel has got so many parts and pieces to it. In fact, if you talk to most people who've been through the training um, and have been exposed to this medicine, they all have something really powerful to share about healing, growth, transformation, and so forth. But it can seem really vague and unique to them. So I'll try to share something a little bit more tangible, even though the medicine wheel has been the most profound, powerful, impactful experience and training that I've ever been a part of. Um, Probably the most amazing and tangible impact that it's had has been on my marriage, on my family. Um, Before we started the wheel, this is our second wheel that we're almost done with. Um, my wife and I were honestly in a really bad spot. We've been married for many years. We've been through a lot. But what we didn't realize is that we really came together as two wounded people. And our wounds really played off each other really well. And so the harmony we thought we had was actually just a form of something that Chris calls or teaches in the program called the drama triangle. And we played those roles really, really well. But they're over time, they're really taxing and toxic even. And my wife and I really loved each other. That's what made it really, really tough. We just been through a lot. And it culminated in a period in 2019 where, in trying to answer the call of, you could say, my own soul, which I didn't really have a vocabulary for, and having no reference point either, I made some decisions that really impacted the whole family in not so great ways. And even though that wasn't my intention, it added to the mix that was my relationship. And so going into the medicine wheel, I didn't intend to, I didn't have any expectation, honestly. I didn't know why I was there. Something brought me there. And then I didn't expect my wife to also participate. And it's a funny story, which is too long for this video, how she got involved. But we ended up doing the wheel together. And over time, what the medicine wheel really did was it, first of all, gave us an understanding of a lot of the dynamics that were life enriching and not in our relationship. And it also helped us understand the wounds that we had. And more importantly, it helped us go beyond just the mental level of dealing with them. We had trauma that not only did we inherit from past generations, but that we experienced in trying to start a family ourselves, things I wouldn't wish on anybody. And there was a lot of pain that even though we thought we had really processed that, we only did so up here. We didn't really do so in our whole body. And it was profound to see that healing process unfold, not only to experience it myself, but to see it in my wife. And that gave me greater empathy, greater understanding, greater compassion, and began to help us unravel this big mystery that was, why is it that two people who love each other so much are struggling so much to really create genuine harmony beyond just sort of surface layer. I don't want to say artificial harmony, but I think you get the gist of what I mean. And so over time, with each of the different modules in the medicine wheel, bit by bit, we were able to begin to do the process of the healing that we needed to do in ourselves, that ultimately I think was being mirrored back in our relationship. And it also gave us a new vocabulary and a new lens with which we could, how do I put this? Understand when, oh, okay, somebody's triggered, or somebody's got a shadow aspect showing up, or somebody's just in the midst of about to go into this module, and life tends to just stir things up to help us, have things to work on and shed. All of those things became so helpful and started to help me realize, I won't speak for my wife, but I was like, okay, we're not that, what's the word? I used to wonder if we were right for each other because it was so difficult. And it was just something where once we had the lens, once we had the understanding, once we had the vocabulary, and once we began to heal ourselves, suddenly we could come back together, not as two wounded people, but as two people who were much more grounded in their essence and who they truly wanted to be. And we were able to see that that's a relationship that we both wanted. And so now it's not that, oh, everything's perfect and great, but my goodness, I understand marriage totally differently. I understand the process of healing and why people tend to attract certain people into their lives, and the blessings as well as the challenges that that offers each individual in the relationship. And so I am forever grateful for this medicine wheel for a lot of things, but my wife is the most amazing person in the world. And I almost lost that. And thanks to the wheel, even though it was unexpected, um, our outlook is very, very different, and our family, the trajectory of our family is extremely different. And that's something that it means a lot.